Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Prepping by Faith, and today we are going to discuss part 3 of my nuclear attack planning series. In this video, we will go over how you can cut up some heavy-duty plastic sheeting and get it labeled, the windows measured, all the things measured in your home so that you have this stuff ready to go in the event that you need it. And I just wanted to go over a couple things before we started this. In part 1, we discussed a 10 kiloton bomb detonated at ground zero and the fact that it would have an impact radius of several miles. I went with this scenario because it was the first on FEMA's list, and I feel like this is more likely if you have a terrorist cell or a blamed terrorist cell that would deploy a suitcase nuke in a city. However, we don't know exactly which scenario would play out at this point. We do know we are dealing with a possible conflict between Russia and Ukraine that we could be drug into, and then there is the China and Taiwan situation. We, of course, also have the wild cards out there like Iran and North Korea. We can't forget about them. So another scenario I think we should consider would be a 100 kiloton bomb dropped from the air. This would have a slightly larger impact area of roughly 6 miles. And I think the best thing we can do is determine how close we live to any major cities and also how close we are to any military installations and then plan accordingly. This is my opinion, but I think if we were to go to war and nuclear weapons were used, that they would first release an EMP and then follow that up with small-scale nukes at specific targeted U.S. cities and military installations. They might follow that up with subsequent EMPs to be certain that they took as much out of our infrastructure as possible. I think it would be very calculated as to reduce as much radiation fallout as possible because we still have a lot of resources here that they would want. We aren't called the breadbasket of the world for no reason. So all we can do is prepare to the best of our ability. And I just wanted to show you guys some things that I've done here to kind of streamline this. So the first thing you're going to want is a bunch of this heavy-duty plastic sheeting. You can get this in the paint department. I think we got ours at Walmart. You want a lot of duct tape on hand. You're going to use this for so many things in prepping besides just taping this stuff up. You're going to want a measuring tape, some scissors, and then a marker so that you can label these things. I've also included here, this black thing here is an AC unit cover. So this is going to be one of the things that you would want as well. So you can cover your AC unit and then duct tape that down so that none of the radiation fallout particles would be getting in there. The first thing that you would do in an event is you would make sure that you turned off your furnace or your air conditioner. You wouldn't want anything to continue to be sucked into your ductwork inside your home, so you would want to turn that off. So when you guys go to do this, you're going to want a pretty decent sized area. I don't know if you guys have ever unwrapped one of these just to do painting or something, but they are quite large. So you need a good sized space. If you don't have a ton of space, just, push as much furniture out of the way as you can. You can kind of drape it over furniture. You could even cut it down into smaller pieces if you want to. But what we did is we measured out several inches from the edge of our window frame on the sides and then on the tops and bottoms. So that way we had plenty of room to secure that tape. And that's what we did. We laid out these sheets. We measured our windows, like I said, several inches out, and then we just kind of made a bunch of dashed lines with the measuring tape and then cut those up. And then what I did is I labeled each piece and then folded it up. So that way we would have it in an event. This one here is just a sample for you. This isn't a window or a door or anything, but it's one that I cut for our attic space. So that's another space that you guys are going to want to measure off. We've also done a bunch of these for, like things like these small little vents here that you have. And then I've also done them for things like our fireplace. And then we've done them for, let's see, I'm going to take you over here a second. You see this right up here? I've also done it for these kinds of larger vents. And measured out away from those, so those could be protected. And then obviously like the microwave and stuff like that. And then I just folded them and put them in a nice neat pile. You want to probably put these inside of a box or a bag or something so that you can get to it quickly, and also so that it doesn't get any holes punctured in it, because if you ended up with a hole in it, then it's kind of going to defeat the purpose of it, right? So this is what we've done. I just wanted to kind of show you guys in case you haven't thought about this. But in an event, you're not going to want to be trying to unroll your plastic, measure everything out, and get your pieces cut, because you're not going to have enough time. We've talked about this. Some places you may only have 10 minutes, so that's going to be really, really difficult. I think in most cases, you're probably going to have at least 20 minutes, possibly a couple hours, depending on how far away you are from the blast. So that would give you a little bit more time, but you're still not going to have time to measure all of your vents and your windows and everything. So I feel like if you guys take the time to do this and get these pieces put together, it's going to make it a lot more efficient for you should you be faced with that scenario. Okay, so I just wanted to share this with you guys today, give you an idea of what you guys can do. And if you guys missed part 2, I'm going to link it in the description box below. That's when I went over all of the different things that you would need to protect your family during a nuclear attack. If you've learned something from this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless.